Many of you know I've been on the hunt for a good ground blind for a long time, and I think I've found one that fits most of my needs. I'm going to go through the whole blind and just kind of show you what I like and don't like, but I can guarantee you what I like outweighs what I don't like, especially compared to most blinds that I've used. I've used probably maybe 10 different ground blinds over the years, some multiple from some companies, and then, you know, random from other companies, and I just always felt like there's just something missing that I just did not like or that I wanted to see in the blind, especially when it comes to bear hunting. So follow me around, let's check it out. All right, first and foremost, this is the ASAT Ridge Reaper, or sorry, ASAT Reaper. I think it's the ASAT Reaper. I got this blind this year. We've been testing it out during bear season, and I really like it. There's some features I really like about it. There's a couple little things that I wish they would fix, but for the most part, it fits my needs, and I think you'll really like it for bear season and even elk season. So the pattern to start with is the ASAT pattern, which is awesome. I've hunted with ASAT for a long time. I currently do not wear the ASAT pattern, but I've really liked the ASAT stuff even years ago when I wore ASAT. I just feel like this pattern really breaks up well. You can brush them in or you can leave them open. They've just got so much definite dominant line that it really breaks up and the animals don't see it at all. A couple other things here is we've got shoot through fabric, and I'll talk about the inside when we go in. But as you see, if you close all your windows around the unit, you can see I've got one open back there. It's easy to see through. But if you close those, like I've got this side over here closed, you can't see through that blind at all. During bear season, I love to leave those blinds sealed up as tight as possible, just to keep those bears from spotting you, and then also to try to keep as much scent tamed down as we can. Even though I know we can't hide from the bears, and I don't worry a lot about scent, I still try not to be blasting my scent everywhere. So the more I can maintain my scent, the happier I am, and I feel like the happier the bears are. So so this is the small window right here. You've got this little 12, 15-inch window right here. And then starting right here, all the way around, you've got shoot-through windows that open all the way up. So these have got the fabric, and then they open all the way up. So all the way along here, we've got a shoot-through window. And you can use the fabric, or you can just open it up. During bear season, I like to run it with the fabric, and then just lift the barrel or the fabric up when it's time to shoot. It's also a great spot because I can just stick my camera through here on the tripod inside, and then my camera can just peek out right here in a corner, and it don't bother nothing. Each blind is equipped with your tie down straps, so you got one on every corner. Right here, you've got your stake straps with an eyelet, so they don't tear out as easy, which is awesome. And then right here, which I notice a lot of blinds don't have, is there is a buckle that holds these two together. So these two can't separate from each other. I mean, they can, in case you need to maybe roll in a wheelchair or something like that. Otherwise, you fold that back in there, clip that up. Still got your tie straps here, which is what we'll use to tie down, you know, some pine boughs and some different things. You've got one on the top, and you've got your little lashing straps here, so you can hook some stuff to that. I usually just shove the end of the branches down through there, kind of brush it in a little bit if we decide to. What I really like about it is on the inside when it comes to opening and closing the windows. So let's go inside and check it out. All right, here's the door. The door does have a zipper, which I don't mind having a zipper for the door. That's not a big deal to me. And it does zip nice and tight. It keeps it kind of airtight there. So here we are on the inside. As you can see, we can shoot all the way through. We've got tons of opening. This right here opens as well. So we can open this one up. And we can lift this up as well. So these are super silent. This is what I really like about it. You can just lift this up and hook it right here. That's it. That's all you need to do. There is no Velcro. There's no zippers. There's no buckles. You just lift that up, attach it right there. I did it one-handed and I did it quietly. Right here, super cool. I don't know if you can see this, but this is just on a push tab. So you just slide that down. That slides your window. You come over here, you do the same thing. Slide that down. Now you can do the same thing if you want more height. Slide that up. And you're starting to open this up. This you can just fold down right here. Get where you want it. Take this little hook and hook it right through there. And then same on this side. You can hook the bottom fabric to the top fabric. Then you can just kind of go through and tidy everything up so everything's nice and smooth and tight. Now, the bears looking from the outside can't see in, but we can see out. You still want to make sure to wear proper clothing. Wear a good camo pattern or something really dark. We'll normally usually use like a, I'm usually wearing a black hoodie. Usually a black hoodie or even just my QU or any camo pattern for that matter. It really ain't gonna matter what you wear on the inside. Mainly you've got to still hold still, because if there is a little bit of movement coming through, it can still spook the animals. We're normally 40 to 60 yards away from the bait sites, and we move around all the time. Once those bears get comfortable with those bait sites, it don't bother them a bit. So what's cool is then right here, we can just stick the barrel right through here, and we can still see the scope through the fabric. Or if that bothers us, we can just take this, unhook quietly, never made a sound, take this, unhook, push this down, and now we can see right through there. Now if this is bothering us, we can take this and we can hook it up here too. So then we have a completely open window. We can take this and do the same. So we can open that window all the way up, or we can close it all the way down, just as much as we want. And during bear season, I like to close them up. I like to have a little bit of a peephole here, but I like to close them up. So I'll go through this one, and it's that simple. And it's quiet. You just close them windows right up, and then you can hook these tabs together to pull these two pieces right here together. That way they're nice and tight and there's no daylight shining through. That's super important, is to not have the daylight shining through, because then you can see it from the outside. Another thing I really like is they're plenty tall. So I can stand up. I'm 5'9", and I can stand up in this, and I'm barely touching my head at the top. So I can stretch. I got plenty of room in here to just take a break, stretch a little bit, and not be hunched over like this the whole time. That drives me nuts when I sit in a ground blind for a long time, just because there's times I just need to stand up and stretch out a little bit. Now you taller guys, you're just gonna have to, yeah, you're gonna be hunched over no matter what, unless you buy the extra tall. I don't know if ASAT still makes the extra tall or not. I do have one from years ago, and it's super awesome. But then it gets heavy. It gets heavy and bigger. So not a big deal, but I do like it. I like how I can stand up in it. And it would be easy for me to shoot a bow out of this. Better get some more light here. It'd be super easy for me to shoot a bow out of this, or a gun, or a crossbow, or whatever. Same thing with this window here. This is your smaller window. It works the same way. You just undo these tabs, window falls open. This one I really like. I like this window just because for bears, that's all I need. I've got a bait barrel right out here, and that's all I need, is to be able to just unhook that and shoot. So I normally won't even run these bigger windows, but it is nice if I do have them closed and I hear something out there, I can just take a little peek. I don't have to unvelcro anything or do any buckles or any zippers. I can take a peek, and if I see a bear, there's a bear right there, then I can just slowly close that back up and just let him do his thing. So then he will eventually work around, and he'll be right here at the bait barrel. As soon as that bear gets comfortable, I can quietly take this right here, drop that down, and we're dialing in. So super cool. I really like that. That was one of my biggest, probably my biggest pet peeve about the ground blinds I've used in the past, is just having like a Velcro window or some sort of a snap buckle or a zipper. Zippers are the worst. Velcro is worse than zippers. The other cool thing that a lot of blinds don't have anymore, I bought these blinds from Tidwee. I really like them. They're a 360 degree viewing, so you can see all the way through the window, or all the way through the blind. There's really no, I mean, it's still got shooting windows, but you can see all the way out. The bears can't see in. A couple things with that. I feel like they're colder, which also makes me feel like they're not holding my scent as good too. We'll run these little mini ozone machines inside the blinds. Like I say, it's just another factor. I don't worry about it that much, but it's one more thing that just helps tame that scent down. I feel like strong scent is important, and the bears don't like it. If you can maintain that scent, then you don't have to worry about it as much. Keep that scent tamed down, and it's not as powerful, and it just kind of helps. And the ozone machines will help kind of kill that scent and keep it tamed down. So the one thing is it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt just to keep your scent kind of tamed down. So the next thing here that I really like is this right here. These are sod flaps. What I call a sod flap, but just an extra flap that you can bury. Once you get this blind set up, you can bury this or have rocks or sticks or something on it, so it's not just ending right there. Because then you get critters that want to crawl in, or you get wind. Wind will tuck through here and blow right into the blind, and when wind enters the blind, wind's got to exit the blind. One more thing that's spreading scent. So I like these sod flaps because now you can go along and put something. I usually just use rocks. Unless we're leaving the blinds up permanently, then I'll bury it with the dirt around the blind. Especially if we're hunting elk, we'll usually leave them up permanently, or at least for a few weeks of the season. But when we're hunting bears, and I'll cover this in some other videos, there's a technique to hunting bears out of a ground blind, and it's helped us a lot not to get ground blinds trashed. But that means we got to fold these guys down when we leave. So anyways, I'll do another video on that. I don't want to get too deep into that right now because there's a lot to cover. You don't think there is. It's just pop up a blind and you hunt a bear. But there is a lot to cover about hunting bears out of a ground blind. So anyways, we tested this guy right here out this year during bear season. I really liked it. The few little features that I don't like, let's go back inside here. And it's very minor. It's not a big deal. And I don't know all the logistics about it. Maybe there's a reason why. But right here is a cord that these slide on. If there was two of these, so one hooked to one and one hooked to the other, so you could actually run them past each other, you could get them a lot tighter. You could take these two flaps right here and get them a lot tighter if they were on a 2-track rail. This one right here is on a 1-track. So once the bottom flap hits the upper flap, it's tight, and then you got to kind of just fold this up, which works. It just makes it a little floppier. And I think you could really take that out by just sucking that tight. Maybe there's a reason that wouldn't work. I haven't really thought it through completely. I don't remember which brand, but it had something similar to that. It had a 2-track rail, and so you could slide past the top, past the bottom, and you could get them tighter. And I just thought that was a pretty cool idea. Easily do the same thing here because this is just on a flexible band here. So we could run another band right down there, and I feel like solve that problem. So hopefully there's enough light there to kind of see, but I really like these right here. I like how you can just clip on that, slide it down. That is quiet, very smooth. The blind is not super thick. It's a thin material, but it's not shiny. I mean, it will shine. You put it out in the sun, anything's going to shine, but it's not shiny by no means. I've had blinds that are a lot shinier. And then it is thin, which, thicker is better. But then again, we get into that 25, 30 pound mark on a ground blind, and that sucks. That sucks to carry. We're already packing buckets of bait and game cameras and tree stands and barrels and all the stuff that goes with bear baiting. This guy right here is 15 pounds. So it's not heavy at all, and it folds up easy and it takes down easy, and I'll show you that next. All right, before I fold this down, I'm just going to give you a 360 degree view. So windows, they start right here and they go all the way around to this corner right here. So this panel right here is your only solid panel, but it still has a window in it. So no matter what you do or how you set this blind up, it's going to work for you. I really like this right here for the bear hunting. We'll talk about that when we go through the bear hunting tutorial on ground blind. But anyways, that's a look at it. Let me show you how easy it is to pop it up and take it down. All right, I'm going to try to do this one-handed the best I can. I don't have a helper here. My wife is gone. So always pop the top in first and then go around, pop in your sides. It's just a hub blind just like every other blind. So you just go around and you pop in your sides. All right, then once you have all your sides kind of popped in, then you just take your bottom corner right here and then you just fold everything to the, just fold that corner down so all your hubs are right here. And then you can just take that blind and it's folded up. So popping it down is really easy. Pop the roof first, pop your side walls, just grab that bottom flap, fold the blind over, and you'll end up with this right here. Okay, now for popping up the blind. What I do there is find the roof first. So the roof is going to be your panel right here that don't have any windows in it, and then it's got a pull tab just like the other side, but there's no vents. So you take your roof and you go 1, 2, 3. All right guys, that's all you do there. Just pop the top and then you just go around. I usually step on this and then you find your next side and you're going to reach down, pull that side. See if I can do this here one-handed. So now you got the roof on one side. And then I usually come over here, stand it up, and I pull the other side. And you just keep walking around. This blind is so easy to set up. I mean, if I can do it with one hand, you can do it. So then you come over, pop your last side out, and that's it. The blind's all set up. You can see how easy it is to pop up and put down. The hubs aren't too tight like normal, and they'll just pop. They snap right in. So do the roof, then your walls, and then when you're folding it down, do the roof, then your walls. Grab the bottom corner and just fold it over. Everything will stack up nicely. Anyways, overall, I really like the blind. I feel like it meets all the needs that I need for baiting bears. It's got the sod flaps, it's got the versatile windows, it's got the quiet windows. It does have storage pockets, which I think I forgot to mention. It's got some storage pockets inside that you can put some gear. It folds up easily and takes down easily, which is another huge factor, just because a lot of times when you leave those bait sites, you want to fold that blind down. And sometimes you want to take it with you. Sometimes you'll have a bear that just will not leave that thing alone. And you need the versatility of popping up and taking down as quick as possible. This one is smooth, probably the easiest by far of taking down and setting up. And the quiet windows is a huge feature. The versatility of the windows, having that window in the back that's just a small window, shoot through mesh, just really kind of meets everything I've wanted. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.